I'm single right now, and the chances of me getting married anytime soon are very, very slim. So the discussion and conversation I'm about to have right now are all hypothetical. I also have to say that I'm speaking for myself because oftentimes not a lot of men think of relationships in this manner how I do. So I only can speak for myself and those who may agree. One of my biggest aversions to serious relationships, and even going as far as to talk about marriage, is the thought of not being in a relationship that includes me and involves me and considers me in every facet of our lives in terms of mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. As a man who's very much online, I understand the constant messages that we get faced with as men about being stand-up men of integrity, being providers, being men who have to be able to be accountable and have to do everything under the sun in order to please their woman, right? But I'm willing to stand up here and be called sassy and be called gay for the sake of being able to say that I also want to be loved. I also want to be able to enjoy this life, this relationship, this marriage, the fact that I get to be a father. I want to be able to say that these kids are just as much mine as yours. Everything that we share together and experience together, I want to be able to say that I get the same level of consideration in that experience as it is for you. When we're getting married, the marriage, the wedding is not just your wedding. It's our wedding. I understand that there's going to be a lot of things that play into part to make sure that you are felt loved and you are appreciated and you get to enjoy the event. But the same sense, I want to be able to do so as well. When we have kids,
I'm gonna pause it right there. I mean, what he's saying, guys, is I want a relationship. Excuse me. You know. Anyways, what he's saying, guys, is he wants a relationship. He wants marriage, but these women today just aren't worth it because of all the different things he listed. The biggest thing that I'm getting to take away from so far is the fact that this is a guy, most men in general, they value respect. So when you get into these situations, typically, they value the woman more. Like he said, in the marriage, it's her day. No, like I'm the man. I think we should both be praised. That's what he's saying. I should have a say so in what the kids do and what men should have the authority since you got to be a leader, accomplish so many different things. You should have a say so and get respect from her and the kids. But again, society today is so backwards that you do all these different things, you get a successful, you get money, you get status, and then you still get disrespected in the relationship and marriage. Is quite stupid. And this is why he's pretty much saying why he's not going to get into marriage or relationships because men aren't respected in these situations enough.
my say and the things that I do and how I operate over my child goes as much with regard as yours does. Yes, you are the mother who's carried that baby for 9 months, but there still is a degree of aspect of me being present and be able to apply what I think and how I feel like my child should be raised. Anniversaries are a time point of us sharing a relationship together. I want to be able to experience the appreciation for how long I've been around and be able to be the person that you've been able to love and count on for day in and day out for as long as we've been together. These are some of the major things I consider in serious relationships, but honestly, I can go way deeper and way further in terms of the aspect of depth about the little things that go on within the principles of a relationship that I feel like a man should also feel considered and have empathy towards him in these regards. Like, we are people too. We are living the same life you are living for the first time. And when we talk about experiencing love to that degree, I don't want to feel like I'm just a placeholder that's working his job. Like, being in love should not feel like a job and a duty and obligation. Should be something that is shared and that we are pretty much building and bringing life to together. And if we're not going to do that, I don't want to be in a relationship.
And this just confirms why more and more men are checking out. And women think it's because of feminism and all this stuff, and that plays a role in it. But really, it's because of men just don't get the amount of respect that they deserve in relationships. You know, there's no incentive. There's no you don't get there's no incentive by the law. There's no incentive from the emotion. Everybody caters to her. The law says that she has the rights, the parental rights, and the divorce. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And dudes are just like, hey man, like I want a relationship, but the way this stuff is setting up today, it don't make any sense for me to do it. And I can't blame him for that. And I don't blame you guys that are gonna, run the red light and get married or want relationships regardless of whatever. I think you guys uh, can do whatever you want to do. But I understand both sides. I understand the guy that wants to be a hopeless romantic. He wants to have kids in the family. That means a lot to him, so he's going to do it anyway and risk it. I understand that guy. Then I understand the guy that it's like, man, I'm not participating in this as well at any level. I understand that guy as well. So, we're just kind of in this thing. I wish these guys the best. Anyways, we got another video, and this guy was just preaching. This dude is preaching. We got a good one for you guys. But before we get into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, like the video. If you guys want to support all the ways you can are in the description below. Let's get into this next one. Let's go back. He said, why a lot of men prefer single life.
Oh, you just don't seem like the kind of guy that would settle down. No, I'm definitely that kind of guy. I just don't trust or believe that majority or any of you women have the capability of being.
I mean, that's worth a mic drop right there. I mean, hell, I couldn't explain it any better than that. And women have to realize, like, in order for relationships to work, you have to give the other side an incentive to play the game. And there's no incentive for men to play the game. And you're wondering why. And both of these guys are reasonably, reasonably attractive men that a lot of you women would really gladly get into relationships with, but you're not, because you don't respect them, and they know that. Like, you think us guys are stupid? You think that we don't see what you guys are doing at the club? You think we don't see what you guys are posting online? You think we don't see that? We think we don't see that? We see the divorces, how men get treated, how they get embarrassed. Like, you think we're not watching you guys? Like, you think we're just stupid, sex crazed, aggressive idiots? No, we're watching the whole thing, and we're seeing that you are not worth it. Not worth it.
Oh, you just don't seem like the kind of guy that would settle down. No, I'm definitely that kind of guy. I just don't trust or believe that majority or any of you women have the capability of being treated correctly and appreciated.
You're basically saying you don't respect guys that respect you. You want the bad, the guy that's going to prison, the crash out, the crash dump. And this is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Women's nature is woman's nature, right? She wants the excitement, the spontaneity, the protection from the guy. It makes sense to a certain extent why she wants the bad guy, but at the same time, it's not going to last. But that's the conundrum for women. They want they want you to be Tupac, but in a suit and be intellectual, right? They want you to learn how to fight and shoot guns, but also, be funny, etc. You know what I'm saying? Quite exhausting, if you ask me.
Of that nature and that life. Y'all indulge in drama-based TV shows. Y'all are always gossiping about things that have nothing to do with anything other.
That's just the woman's nature. They always need that. It's never going to change. So, I mean, that's not really anything new. That's always been women, to be honest with you. But yeah, guys, what do you guys think? You comment below if you guys agree with these guys or disagree with them. You guys let me know. Women, you let me know. I know a lot of you women watch these videos as well too when you're trying to figure out. Some of you guys are good women. You're trying to figure out, how do I get a guy like one of these guys where they're, in shape, they're low body percentage, they're in shape, appear to be doing well in life. But how do I get a guy like this? Well, we're explaining it to you. Respect the guy, let him lead, and all will be good. That's my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Should be with the video. I'll see you guys next one, man. Peace.